All right, folks, thanks for joining me again and welcome back to another edition of Activities. I'm here with Grace as usual. She's always helping me out. And we have some fun, exciting activities, a lot of them, parent supervision as always. And just please make sure that they're with you for the entirety of this experiment. This one's really fun. I'm going to call it Fire Snake. All right? And this is a lot of these supplies you can either have at your house or you could get at like your local Home Depot store. For example, this is a bag of sand. Normally you can buy a big 5-pound bag of sand for, not even 5 pound, larger than 5 pounds for $5. It's a huge thing that you can use for gardening, for other things. So any type of sand will do. Pet stores, Home Depot, that's where you can get it. And really cheap. And we're also going to be using just sugar, some plain old Domino sugar we can find at your, in your kitchen or at the supermarket. This is some baking soda, same thing. These are both a couple of bucks. And then this is some lighter fluid. I'm using Zippo lighter fluid, which is $2-3 at Walmart. And we just have a few more things. We're going to be using just a small jar to stir some things in. We're going to be doing the entirety of the experiment in the bowl. And I have a teaspoon, a measuring teaspoon, and some scissors to stir, to cut things if you need to. All right, so let's jump right in. So this is going to require a few different measurements. You're going to measure the baking soda, you're going to measure the sugar, and we're going to put some sand and some lighter fluid. So the first thing we're going to do is the sand in the bowl with the lighter fluid. So I'm going to open that now. I already have it pre-opened. And we're going to fill it about, say, halfway. And sand's actually really heavy, so excuse me while I struggle with this. All right, right in our big bowl. It doesn't really matter what you use, just something that can withstand heat. All right, so there is some sand there.
More.
Actually, let me put a little bit more in here. All right. Excuse me while I make a mess, so maybe do this outside so you don't make a mess like I just did. All right. So next thing we're gonna do, and again, this is where the parental supervision comes in, is we're gonna just pour some lighter fluid in here. All right. So this is just a small can that I'm gonna open right now. All right, that was a little tricky to open, but I got it open now. And we're gonna pour the Zippo fluid into the bowl of sand. And I'm gonna do that now. It comes out really, really quickly and easily. So I'm gonna pour a bunch in, like so. Comes out a little bit slower than I thought. All right, that should be good. And just when you're done with it, just fold down the white tab so you don't spill any. And then now comes the mixing. So we're gonna mix 1 teaspoon, which is this guy, a heaping teaspoon of baking soda to 4 teaspoons of sugar. And we're gonna mix that in this little jar first, and then we're gonna put it in and we're gonna see a reaction happen. So let's do that now. I like to pour things over the material or the can so you don't get it all over the place, like such. All right, I missed most of my teaspoon, but I think that'll do. I'm gonna pour just a tiny bit in extra. And like I said, 4 teaspoons of the Domino sugar. Specifically, this is 10 grams of the baking soda and 40 grams of the sugar. And actually, let me just wipe my hands real quick.
Just dip it. Dip it.
Oh, sure. Good point. I'm just gonna dip it in. Gotta use our thinking caps. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, thanks for the recommendation, Grace.
Always, John, always.
All right. So now I'm just gonna honestly use maybe the scissors to stir just because it's something simple. I'm gonna do that now. Stir it up nice and good. All right. So now we have a good mixture and we're gonna see the result. All right, folks, so we're actually back inside. I think the wind was kind of messing with my experiment a little bit. And we're gonna just restart the same exact measurements, same exact everything. And I really just doused in a lot of fluid. So we're gonna light this up and I'm actually gonna put it to the side and we're gonna wait for it to really expand. It's gonna take about 20 full minutes for it to keep going. and then you might be able to see it in some of the other videos, all right? So with adult supervision, we're gonna light this one more time, and we're gonna have water nearby just in case anything wrong happens, all right? All right, so it's quite a big flame. Just get it back up, this is quite hot. All right, so we're gonna put this over to the side. And this actually is enough lighting for the whole room. I might just use this as a candle. Alright guys, so this is a close-up of what's going on. As you can see, there's still a lot of lighter fluid left and it's still burning. The whole process should take about 20 minutes. But you see these, they're light and fluffy spores that have formed in the black ash. And what those are formed by is the same reason why the snake is going to form and what we expect to form. As the flame ignites the lighter fluid, it's a lot of energy. And that energy and that flame under and on top of the sugar and baking powder, baking soda combination, what it does is it produces a gas. And that gas is going to expand the materials inside that are reacting and hopefully form these spores that you see and possibly a larger snake that we should see form too. So now it's just a quick shot at what's going on. It's very, very pretty. You just have to be careful because the flame is very large depending on how much lighter fluid you use. Wow. All right. So you can see the base actually starting to really, really form now. And all that gas is being pulled upwards with the heat and through the crystallization of the sugar, the baking soda, and the flame's going great. All right, folks, I think it's pretty cool what resulted. We got our full snake and we just got a flickering flame. You know, the flame flickers before it dies out. I don't know, I feel like that's a saying. I don't know if that is true or not. But it actually looks wicked cool. Not even the snake itself, actually, just the way the flame's acting right now, because there's a little bit of lighter fluid left that it's just barely getting through, barely flickering. And I think our snake is, I think he's matured. I think he's grown up. I think he's ready for the wild. I plan on releasing him soon, maybe a little bit later tonight. And he can join the rest of his friends with the other, you know, snakes. That is super cool, man. Wow. All right, here's our last shot. So I'm gonna give you guys one last time to look at our snake before we let him go in the wild. There's a lot of snakes out here in Amherst, and I think he's ready to go. I think, what should I name him? We'll name him John Jr. Does that work? Maybe you can see John Jr. in the wild, and wow, he's got a great back, and then we have its tails at the end and a really strong base, and yeah, I think it's real sturdy. It smelled really good. He smells like cotton candy from the sugar crystallizing. And I think we have a great experiment. Just please, when you do it, I got a huge flame. I put a lot of fluid in there. Just please make sure you have parental supervision.